Good evening, the evening news. I am Babatunde Fano-Okpo. Secretary to the State Government, Honorable Teslimi Balai, has denied fomenting crisis at the Osogbo local government as alleged by Senator Ajibola Bashiru, describing the allegation as defamatory and an attempt to assassinate his character. In a statement issued by his Special Assistant on Media, Kendi Adiwi, Honorable Balai said contrary to Bashiru's allegation, he played leadership and mediator roles at the scene to ensure that the confrontation between the two parties did not snowball into bloodshed. According to Honorable Balai, when the confrontation reached a boiling point, he was invited to intervene and how to take the APC chairmanship candidate Said Onibokuta to the two divisional police officers and urged both sides not to attempt to enter the secretariat, and the two DPOs agreed with him, automatically saving the people of Osogbo from needless killings, wondering where Bashiru got his white falsehood. While commending the dedicated and professional DPOs of Okebale, SP Femi Bodede, and CSP Ibrahim Sanusi of Iludun, both within Osogbo local government, for being professional in handling the situation, he rebuked Senator Bashiru for spreading deliberate lies and falsehood. Honorable Balai said that as a High Chief of Osogbo land, he will never be part of the ignition of conflict in his dear homeland, and also as a top functionary of the state government, he has a sacred duty to ensure peace in his local government in line with the peaceful nature and engagement policy of the state governor, Senator Ademola Adeleke. The SIG also said he has a family heritage which he cherishes so much. According to him, the Ibalais are a reputable peace-loving family in Osogbo, and none of them, including himself, will engage in disruption of peace and unity of Osogbo, while cautioning Senator Bashiru to amend his cantankerous political style and reform his penchant for falsehood as a political tool. In another development, the Congress of Yoruba Leaders of Thought has condemned the violent attempt by some members of the opposition All Progressives Congress, instigated by former governor of the state, Mr. Gboyega Oyetola, to forcefully take over the administration of local government across the state. According to a statement signed by its publicity secretary, Abiodun Olarinde, the Congress condemned the orchestrated attack which led to an unfortunate loss of lives, describing it as a brazen act of political desperation and also a direct assault on the peace and stability of the state. The Congress, in the statement, says it holds Mr. Oyetola and his political associates, including Mr. Bashir Ajibola, the APC National Secretary, accountable for yesterday's violence. The statement further states that as insignificant minority actors in Osun politics, the actors have resorted to undemocratic means in a bid to undermine the legitimately elected government of the state, saying their call for a declaration of a state of emergency in the state is not only reckless but also a dangerous invitation to lawlessness and an attempt to subvert democratic governance which must be resisted by all well-meaning Nigerians. The Congress deeply regrets the loss of innocent lives and extends its heartfelt condolences to the families of those affected by the senseless violence, while noting that the premeditated attack on various local governments in the state stands as a grave reminder of the lengths to which power-hungry individuals are willing to go to disrupt governance and sow chaos. The statement commended the security agencies in the state for their swift intervention, which ensured that the state did not descend into anarchy as planned by the arsonist. The Congress, however, called on President Bola Tinubu to immediately rein in Mr. Oyetola and his faction of the APC in the state and not allow political desperados to destabilize a state that has been enjoying relative peace under its current leadership. The statement, however, urged the people of the state to remain calm and resolute in the face of provocations. Meanwhile, the federal government may spend 2.36 trillion naira on electricity subsidies for low-income consumers this year, a figure that comes amid plans to implement a cost-reflective tariff for electricity consumers. This came as the multi-year tariff order released by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission showed that the government incurred 178.03 billion naira electricity subsidy in January, despite minimal cash backing. The subsidy payment comes despite low allocations in the budget to cover the mounting electricity cost. The 178.03 billion naira is a decrease of 10.1% or 19.88 billion naira when compared to the 197.91 billion naira that was shouldered by the government on behalf of electricity consumers in the previous month. The Regulatory Commission stated that the subsidy was calculated after a review of key tariff indices, which showed that the weighted average cost reflective tariff dropped to 116 naira 75 kobo per kilowatt from 213 naira 85 kobo per kilowatt in December last year. Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission explained that the exchange rate was pegged at 1,556 naira to the dollar, an increase in inflation to 34.60%, and changes in available generation capacity and cost necessitated the minor review. The Commission maintains that the approved tariffs shall remain in force, subject to monthly adjustment of pass-through indices, including inflation rate, naira to dollar exchange rates, and gas to power prices. Still on power, Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun has announced that an independent power plant set to deliver uninterrupted 24-hour electricity to major parts of Abeokuta will be inaugurated within the next 8 weeks. The governor made this known after inspecting the 30-megawatt power plant located in Oni Jogo near Ewekoro. He noted that the project, developed in collaboration with private sector partners, marks the first phase of the Ogun State Light Up project. Governor Abiodun emphasized that the project aligned with his administration's commitment to providing reliable electricity across the state. The governor, who was impressed with the high quality of work done at the site, observed that the plant, apart from using compressed gas as its main fuel, would also make use of diesel as a backup in case of disruption in the supply of gas. The power plant, the governor said, would provide constant electricity to government institutions like offices, health facilities, government quarters, police stations, local government offices, and higher institutions, and would eventually cascade to private individuals and industries when the capacity is increased. The federal government's food security agenda aimed at achieving food self-sufficiency by empowering farmers and transforming rural areas into modern developed agricultural production centers has received a significant boost. This followed collaborative initiatives being taken by the commissioners of agriculture in the 6 southwestern states of Osun, Lagos, Oyo, Ondo, Ogun, and Ekiti to drive rural agricultural development in their respective domains and ultimately achieve food sufficiency. Osun State Commissioner of Agriculture and Food Security, Otumba Babatola Fasheru, said he and his counterparts in other states of the region are collaborating to enhance agro-processing services and implement strategies aimed at improving food security. He stated that the meeting of regional commissioners of agriculture held last year was focused on increasing farmers' income and strengthening food security. The Lagos State Commissioner of Agriculture and Food Systems, Abisola Olusoya, explained that the primary objective of the intervention by regional commissioners of agriculture is to birth a modern and sustainable agricultural economy that emphasizes the production of high-quality products and value addition to align with market demands. And on to sports. Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen has emerged as the most valuable player to ever join Turkish Super League with his market value of €100 million, putting him €70 million ahead of second-placed Nicolo Zaniolo. The Nigerian international, who joined Galatasaray on a season-long loan from Napoli last summer after proposed moves to Chelsea and Saudi Arabia fell through, has continued to justify his FT valuation with 19 goals in 24 appearances across all competitions for the Turkish giants. According to data from Transfer Market, Osimhen's €100 million valuation dwarfs that of Zaniolo, valued at €30 million when he moved from Roma to Galatasaray in February 2023. Meanwhile, the Nigerian striker could be set for another big move this summer, with Manchester United and Paris Saint-Germain both tabling verbal offers for his services. And on the foreign scene, Rwanda-backed rebels tightened their grip on Bukavu a day after seizing the second major city in eastern Congo, whose residents appeared resigned to their fate under the new rulers. While M23 rebels captured city of 1.3 million people after it was abandoned by Congolese force, Bukavu lies 63 miles south of Goma, which was taken by the rebels in late January. The M23 is the most prominent of more than 100 armed groups vying for control of eastern Congo's trillions of dollars in mineral wealth that's critical for much of the world's technology. The rebels are supported by about 4,000 troops from neighboring Rwanda. And with that, we've come to the end of the evening news on Osbc TV. Join us at 7 for the major report. Good evening.